Good morning, YouTube. Hope everything's off to a fine start at your house this morning. Oh, it's a wonderful day and shaky G this morning. Anyway, we're going over here to take not to take a look, but we got a carburetor kit and a intake manifold for a, let's see, a 2006 Yamaha 250 Bruin. And we got to take the carburetor off, rebuild it, and replace the intake manifold that someone, I don't know who this someone is, tried to rig up. I don't know what their deal was, but I'm gonna show you this rigging, and we'll let y'all get a laugh out of this. Don't do any rigging unless you can make it look professional and make it work and last for a long time. Now, I don't know how long it's lasted, but whenever I cranked the four-wheeler up, I could feel the intake leak. On my face. All I had was the seat off. I checked the air cleaner and had the seat off. I fired this thing up and I could feel the intake leak. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna rebuild this carburetor and make sure it's right, and then install a new intake manifold and get it in gear there. And then while we're there, we're gonna get I burnt my lip this weekend. No, I wasn't smoking a crack pipe. It would have been more fun if I had been, but I was having a leftover biscuit, and I took and broke it was one of them good buttermilk homemade biscuits too, and I broke a piece of cheese up in fours, and I stuck it in the microwave and heated it up. I wanted me a cheesy biscuit, and I was hungry. I was really hungry, boy, and as soon as I got it out of the microwave, I wasn't even thinking. I stuck that sucker up in my mouth, and I took a big bite of it. That cheese went everywhere and burnt the crap out of my lip, all the way from the corner of my lip all the way up to here. Felt like Hunter Biden. Man. There goes my ex-wife. I'm just sitting there killing time because, I mean, my normal appointments are 9 a.m. and this is right here in town. I don't want to show up too early. Oh. So I'm just sitting here at the rock piles killing time, getting caught up on things. So, yes, I'm going to go over here and get started on this. And then we got to pull some information off of her lawnmower and go get the stuff to service it also. I don't think I can find the stuff here in town. We'll see. Oh. We'll see. But anyway, it's time to get out of the hot, get out of the cold air and get into the hot. Garth used to say it, off your seat in the heat. Yeah. Forgive me, I'm sitting in the truck waiting on it to quit raining so I can get back to work today. So I decided to edit this video. That sound you hear is rain falling on the roof of my truck. Tank's got to come off. Two bolts in the front. This thing only had one bolt in the rear of the tank because the other one was broke off. This thing's been well mechanized. Got to pull the air box off. Clamp off that gas line so it won't leak and get that tank out of the way. We're going to clean it out later. Get those boots off. Clamps off the boots to where you can remove the air box. The intake hose from the carburetor to the air box. Sometimes I wonder how they get these boxes in there. There it is. Alright, let's get the carburetor off there. After you get the carburetor off, you got to get the throttle cable loose and the choke cable. A little room here where I can get that ferrule out. That little brass ferrule will not stick to a magnet, so you need to go put it up someplace where you will not lose it. And you got to break the throttle cable loose from the body of the carburetor. There you go, there's your carburetor, it's off. Time to get that intake manifold off there. Bring you in here a little closer where you can see. It's 2 Allen head bolts. If you've got a wiggle Allen head, it would work perfect. The way they got this messed up, it's difficult to get in there too. I use my T-handle wrenches to get in there because I do not have a ball-headed Allen that's that size anymore. I think it's been broke. Luckily, I was able to get this in there. There it is. Okay, you want to close off your intake holes where nothing can get in there. All right, now I'm going back with the intake. I got the carburetor mounted on there to where I can see how it needs to line up right. I really wasn't paying attention to the way it come off there, so I had to do this to make sure that I got it on there in the right direction. You can only go 2 ways, but still you don't want to mount it up and then have to take it loose and remount it. See, the new one I can tighten with a ratchet. There's plenty of room. Get that down snug. And then okay. I think I have determined that that's the way it's supposed to go. Decisions. Okay, so let's see. That comes out of there pretty easy. So let's just, all right, it's time to clean this carburetor. Let's go over here and clean this carburetor. Okay. The cause of this whole thing is that JB Weld. They had this thing here, JB welded on there. And that just ain't right. It's leaking air. Okay, so let's take this thing apart and clean it.
Now, I got some pretty janky stuff going on here. Hey, it broke loose though. Now, this is spring loaded. Make sure you watch how it comes apart. Oh, rough road. I did exactly what I told you not to do. Praise Jesus. Okay, that's exactly what I was talking about. Don't do. This thing's got to go in there. Got the spring goes in there like that, and then it fits down on top of here. Without that spring, you ain't doing a bit of good. So, and it was camouflaged down in that stuff. Whew. Thank the Lord. There goes another one. All right. I know all this stuff. Okay. That screw there don't have to come out. That screw there don't have to come out. This air mixture screw you don't have to mess with it. If it's set right, you don't have to mess with it. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty bad. See? Pretty bad. Now, what I do is I get in a spot, and I get my pick, and I roll it underneath it, and then I just kind of slide it all the way around. Try my best not to mess with it, to break it. It did not have it exceptionally tight, so main jet's not clogged. Okay, that'll go all the way through. It's not damaged. All those passages are opened. Man, I should have ate something. I drank coffee and a Red Bull this morning, so I am juiced up in a big way. Okay, that was not stopped up. Okay. I am afraid that this fella before me, no, it's not been cut. But he used the wrong kind of screw to put that carburetor back together. Now, something that you gotta be very careful with when you take this stack out, you don't want to lose or get your barrel down there messed up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find my wire. I'm gonna clean all these holes in this tube. And then I'm gonna put it back so I don't lose my little doohickey down in there, whatever it's called, whatever Yamaha calls it. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Okay, we've got it completely dismantled. All right, let me just get my card bed out. We'll put that in there so. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this once. This right here is a torch cleaning tool. It does not have a wire in it that's small enough to get in to those holes, to clear those holes. So what you want is you want a plain old wire brush, the old style. And you take a pair of pliers and you reach, grab a hold of the bottom of it, and you pull one of the wads of wires out of there. Then you remove one of these and you make sure that they're straight. These are the right diameter. They will clean them out. You don't want to force anything, because if you break it off in there, you have just bought yourself a carburetor. Okay? So be very, very careful with these. As you can tell, I ain't wasting this stuff. Stuff's too good to waste. I'm just kind of, since I don't have a way to spray it on there, I'm just going to kind of put it on the rubber and the brass, get a good coating on it, and let it sit over here. You don't want to introduce no carburetor cleaner or anything like that to this. It will make it grow sometimes, and you are in trouble when that happens. Don't stretch that rubber. Don't try to, because it can be brittle sometimes. You just kind of want to give it a good coating, because this thing flexes like a heart, and you want it to come back to life. Now, I'm going to need to find something I can see if I can save this with. That is too good of stuff to let waste.
Yeah, whoever did this tried to rig it up, and they used like JB Weld, and it sticks to the metal, but it don't stick to the rubber, and it broke loose at the rubber. That's crazy.